I love it, man. No, I'm going to say the next big thing is the cake we're about to make. So Nelly, we're going to overshadow. No, we love you, girl. We are so, so proud. Oh, she must be bouncing off the walls. And she's still so young.
So young.
I love it. Okay, well, she's stolen our thunder. So let's steal our thunder right back and make a cake, Jay. What are we making?
Cake.
So this is a chiffon cake. It's a light, airy, delicious sponge that's made using an egg separation method. So you can see I've already got some egg yolks in my bowl. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we need one more.
Yeah, why not?
So we're using 6 eggs in this recipe.
Shall we try and
not just
separate them?
any
Are you going
whole
to separate
egg?
them?
Yeah.
For me?
Okay.
So you go there and you separate
are
that.
being very aggressive in the kitchen this whole year.
I don't even know why I showed up. Because,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Let me say a prayer quick.
No, thank
Because I don't
goodness
want to
you
run.
are
So no, we're putting the egg whites in here. So put the egg white in there, and then the egg
almost
yolk
got it
goes in
wrong.
there.
Just slowly, softly. Oh, look at you. Is
Gently.
there nothing she
Ooh,
cannot
what is that?
conquer?
Oh, it's just the egg.
There we go.
Fresh
Gotta
eggs.
get
Fresh,
all
y'all.
of the. Gotta get it super fresh.
Okay.
I think that's
Done
pretty
there.
good.
Well done. Well done.
Oh,
Okay.
now it makes a flour.
So you're not done yet since you're involved.
Okay.
Since you're involved, okay, to this we're gonna add vegetable oil, which is also in a chiffon cake. We've got water and we've got some vanilla, and you're going to whisk that up.
Oh, the producers just told me Graham should do that.
I'm ready to whisk, man. I'm ready to whisk. When we say chiffon, what does that actually mean?
So it's just basically a name associated with this particular style of cake. Some people might know it as an angel cake, but you'll recognize it because it's super light. That beautiful rise, and of course it's that hole in the
shape,
middle. So that's because we're using this tube cake tin. So we'll talk about this in a second.
Would that be considered a bundt
That's what I
tin,
asked him
or is
earlier.
is that smaller?
So no, this is different because this is a bottomless tin. So you
So
can
which
remove.
part of it is the bun?
So the bundt is the same shape, but you'll see it
It's
will
one
have
solid thing.
it's one solid thing, and it will have a design or would be fluted around the edges, whereas this one is completely straight.
So this is a
solid.
tube.
So this is a tube cake tin.
Ooh, I like it. I like the elevation so much. I really do. And I'm guessing this has something to do with the light, fluffy
Yes.
airiness
So
of
of course, with baking, it starts with your ingredients, and with the chiffon cake, your eggs are your showstopper.
Okay.
So we've already whipped up the egg whites.
Nice.
All right. So in this bowl over here, I've got some cake flour. I'm gonna go in with some caster sugar. And then the other thing that gives it that beautiful rise is the raising agent. So we're going in with a tablespoon of baking powder.
Okay.
Okay, and then a pinch of salt. Salt in baking is just life-changing. Like, you have no idea how just a pinch of salt in your cake will change the flavor completely.
It's the activator. I like the way we are umming and ahhing and nodding our heads like we're going to write a test on this afterwards, like we're in culinary school or something.
feels
But it
like
does
it.
feel like it, man. I absolutely love that.
So into the dry ingredients, Graham. Could have
are
gone a bit
egg
further
yolks.
here. My-
Oh, wow.
I didn't want to be that guy, man, who
Be that guy.
he went too far.
So we're going to
I love
add
it.
our egg yolk mixture into the flour, and we're going to give this a
And fold
good...
the eggs in.
So this part, you can sort of be a little bit more aggressive in your approach.
Should have let Carissa do
yeah,
it.
let
But
me
we
do that.
are going to fold this in until it's nice and incorporated, and you want everything to be evenly distributed and nice and smooth before you continue. with the
Nice.
egg whites.
Even is good. And of course, as Jay has quite rightly pointed out, the star of the show here, our NULAID eggs. Absolutely love them. For the best bakes, start with the best eggs. And NULAID's free-range eggs ensure structure, rise, and most importantly, flavor. And they're sourced from locally farmed hens and gathered from traceable sources, which is massively important. We know that NULAID eggs ensure quality and freshness in every dish. So whether whipping the whites or under whipping the yolks like me, or enriching batters, NULAID eggs are the go-to ingredient for baking success. And that's the bottom line.
Is this one of those where you put it over your head and you test it?
So
Yes, it is. Jay.
yes, it is.
Go for it.
Jay, wait, for reals. Okay, should I not do it?
So what we did is we whipped it earlier, transferred it into the bowl, and that's why it will probably not follow that
Okay.
Principle.
But we can start folding this into our egg mixture, the
Wow,
egg yolk
That is
mixture.
a very stiff peak, eh?
So we're going to start with about a quarter of it first, just to loosen the batter. You can see the batter is quite thick, and you don't want to add it all at once because you run the risk of deflating.
All right,
all of
so
the
okay, we
beautiful,
don't want to rush this part of the process. So for the sake of that, then maybe just talk us through the final steps.
So what you're going to do is you're going to fold in your egg whites until you have a really beautifully smooth batter. And you'll see it does take some time, Graham, so don't feel pressured to rush the step.
Yeah,
so
don't
take
do
your
it too
time with
fast,
it.
okay.
Now let's talk about the tube cake tin quickly. So the reason you use this is because of the height, ungreased.
Okay.
So that goes against everything we know about cakes. We always tell you to grease your cakes, ungreased, and that's because as it bakes, it sort of climbs up the side.
It's
sticks to the side.
alive.
Look at
And then
that.
another thing which is quite cool is these little feet on the pan. So as soon as you take it out of the oven, you invert it.
Flip it over.
And that allows it to cool upside down. The reason for that is because you've built up this beautiful structure with the egg whites. If it cools this way down, it won't be able to hold or support itself. So you run the
Right.
risk of it collapsing.
Of it flopping.
So
Gee.
inverting it allows it to sort of cool downwards. It falls down and even gives you a bigger rise.
better structure.
And you
Beautiful.
cool it all the way until it's completely cool. And then because we've
You can
ungreased
remove it.
you can
You
remove
take it
this.
I'm going to start
so
dreaming
you
about
have
this
a
cake
cake.
soon. We need to stop, man.
My
It's taken over my mind. It's
goodness.
light, it's airy, and it's perfectly delicate. This chiffon cake is a true masterpiece. And yes, kind of breaks a couple of the baking rules, but we stick to that one solid idea. You've got to use the best, and NULAID eggs are exactly that. Oh, this is a bake worth sharing.
I love it. Can I try?
Not aggressive.
You said be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Slowly.